Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So spring is almost here and it's time to prepare the car for the driving season. And yeah, so I started the car, I took it out of storage. I usually put it right there in the garage, but now we've got the minivan outside and I can bring the car out. So now I'm just getting it up to running temperature. I would go on a drive, except I took out the hoses that connect to the brake booster. So the brakes are barely working at the moment. I'm just waiting for it to get to temperature so I can do an oil change. And yeah, so I'll just get inside because it's pretty cold. So okay, it's pretty much in the middle there. Yeah, I got a trans program because I disconnected the throttle position sensor. So I just need to go on a drive, maybe reset the battery, and it'll go away. So yeah, what I'm doing now is getting the car up to temperature. I'm going to add a bottle of liquid moly engine cleaner, run it at idle for 10 minutes, and then drain the oil. I'm due for an oil change anyway, and then I'll use I think it was 20 W50 engine oil, and then I'll be ready for the driving season. So let's get started with that. Best door ever. By the way, I changed the struts on my hood not too long ago, so when I release the hood, it really jumps forward. That's quite nice. And to raise it, I just need to barely lift it, and then I can let it go around here, and then it takes over. And it's very secure, it's not going away. And this, my hood pad is off because I worked on the washer nozzles, but that's for another time. So yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of condensation inside here. Yeah, you see the white stuff? So that's condensation, and it's only on the cap. I don't have any inside. I looked. So now I can just drop the liquid moly stuff. So this is the product I'm using. It's well regarded. Many people use that. So nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just going to dump it all in there. Okay. I got the idea for this product, by the way, by watching the M539 YouTube channel. Fantastic channel. If you don't know about it, it's very good. The guy does amazing restorations on old Beamers with an seemingly unlimited budget. I'm kind of envious of that, but seriously, it's very good. I recommend it. So now I'll just put the cap back on and then run the car for about 10 minutes. So while I wait for the engine flush to do its thing, I'll just go over the car, show what I've been up to. So I cleaned the nozzles and also replaced the wipers with Bosch units. These are the twin spoiler design. Worked very well. I had to reuse the old clip. You know, there's a clip there. I had to reuse the old one for the driver's side. This one clipped right away. I think I need to I did remove this. Oh, that's strange. Wow, did you hear that? Huh, weird. Yeah, the RPM just went up. Wow. Yeah, pretty sure my throttle position switch is faulty because it shouldn't do that. It should be stable. Yeah, so I was going to say that I cleaned the nozzles and changed the washer pump, so that works quite well. I'll show it. Okay. Whoops, wrong one. So now the jets are quite powerful. Okay, so yeah, that RPM stuff was quite odd. I'll probably need to replace my throttle body or throttle position switch. Now time for an oil change. So 17 millimeter. Okay, getting there. There you go. Weird sort of brownish oil. Okay, so this is my second attempt at trying to show you the oil, because I dropped my work lamp inside the oil pan. That was fun. Okay, so after cleaning up my light, I can show you what the oil looks like. It's kind of milky, but not really. The oil is not black because I barely drove with the car. You know, I did not drive much, so the oil had a nice golden color. But yeah, after the vacuum tests with the mineral oil, and also a lot of startup during the winter for diagnosing stuff like that, lots of condensation in the engine. So that's the result. So it's a good thing that I changed the oil, because you know, this isn't good. So yeah, not catastrophic, and my coolant is perfect. There's no oil in it. But yeah, good thing I am changing the oil now. Okay, so yeah, oil filter. I opened up the housing. I removed the old filter, discarded it, and I'm using for the new filter the MAHLE, not sure how to pronounce that, OX41D. This is the typical filter for the M30 engine. It's the same one you get at BMW if you buy the genuine one. It will just have a BMW logo on it, but this one doesn't have it because I bought it on Rock Auto for like $5 Canadian. So yeah, so I need to remove this gasket, this O-ring, also this gasket over here, and it also comes with a crush washer for the bolt for the oil pan. So pretty straightforward. O-ring, put the new one on. I will add a bit of oil later. So that's the new O-ring in place. The new crush washer, I made sure that the old one is not on the oil pan, obviously. This is the old oil cap. I ordered a new one, a genuine BMW cap, just to get a nice tight seal. I also ordered new O-rings for the dipstick. There are 2 O-rings, so I just want a nice tight system, but I don't have these parts yet. So yeah, onto the oil filter housing. So I want to remove this oil filter canister because I have a bit of a seepage at the base there where it meets the block. I noticed that a while ago, and so it's probably been leaking a bit over time, and I want to remove it, clean it all up, and then install a new gasket. So I'll do that before obviously reinstalling, putting a new filter in the oil. Now is a good time to do it, and there are 4 13 millimeter bolts to remove this whole housing. So yeah, should be simple. I have some new ratchets from these are from Napa, Carlisle, and they are flex head ratchets. They're very nice. I really like them, very slim. Yeah, I can reach all the bolts using this kind of flex head ratchet. It's very nice, and even this lower down there, I can reach it. And except for the 4th one at the bottom there, I need a this kind of wrench. So yeah, so I'll do that and see how it goes. All right, there's one. I think there should be plenty of angle. Ah, there you go. All right. Well, that's gonna take a while. All right, second one. Okay, third one. I'll try to hold the camera at the same time to get a good angle. Okay, I had to crack it loose with my left hand. All right. Okay, yeah, the last bolt was quite tricky. Here I tried to position the light so you can see my my wrench on the bolt. See? Yeah, I just had no place for a ratchet in there, and even with my 13 millimeter my offset wrench, I just did not have enough strength to move it because there's not a lot of room. So what I did is I grabbed my my rubber mallet and I inserted it here and just hit the wrench with it, and amazingly it cracked it loose. It must not have been very tight for this trick to work. So anyway, regardless, I'm just glad that I can take it out. Okay, so the last bolt is almost out. It's just a finger tight at the moment, and of course a lot of oil came out of the housing, all on the floor. I did not think about putting paper towels on the floor, so don't forget that if you do the job, otherwise it's going to be messy. So yeah, I just need to remove this last bolt holding the dipstick tube, but first I need to gain access to the bolt by removing the this valve thingy. The good thing with video editing is that you can look like a master technician, because even though it took you 3 minutes to remove this thing, you can make it look like it took you 10 seconds. Amazing. Anyway, so 10 millimeter. There you go. Yeah, these flex head ratchets are really handy in these tight spaces. All right, so that's the little bracket thing, which is very sharp, and you can cut yourself on it. Okay, so pretty loose. Time to come out, I think. I hope you have a good enough view. So take off this last bolt, and here is the oil filter housing. All right, there you go. Nice. Okay, yeah, you can see all the oil that was pooling up here. Yeah, see? So yeah, there was definitely a leak there. So I just need to wait, is there a gasket? Oh, okay, the gasket is on the housing. It's stuck like a pancake. Yeah, really stuck. But yeah, you can see the thickness of the gasket, so I'll need to remove it carefully, and then clean all the old oil, clean all the passages, and also clean all this surface around the block. Well, I got some work ahead of me, so I'll get to it. Okay, so we're a few days later, and I cleaned all the area around the oil filter housing. Now it's looking all nice and shiny, and you know, it's not perfect, but I cleaned as much as I could. But there is a sort of a strange persisting leak around the edge of the, I think, the oil pan, and so yeah, I keep cleaning it and it keeps returning. So I don't know if it's leftover oil under the oil filter housing. I did clean like most of it, so I doubt it. Or it could be just a leaking valve cover gasket. I hope not, but you know, I'll finish this job. you know, do the oil change and monitor it. But yeah, in the meantime, I received a nice package from FCP Euro. Got a nice bundle of parts here from FCP Euro mainly, some Rock Auto, some eBay. Got a TRW center link, sway bar link, sway bar bushings, a bunch of hardware that goes with it, oil filler cap, dipstick O-rings, brake booster hose, check valve, grommet. I got some new clamps on order. Got a new coolant temperature sensor for the sender. I already replaced the DME one. Got all new Bosch injectors. These are the Design 3s. What else? I got the new AC belt. And then, yeah, a DME and fuel pump relays. And I think that's it. So yeah, I got some nice parts to install, and I'll be showing most of them in the future videos. So the oil filter canister cleaned up quite well. It still got some cosmoline stuff there at the bottom, but you know, it's okay. The interior is nice and clean. And the gasket was sort of a pain to remove because it was really stuck on there. But you know, I just scraped it away while watching TV in the living room, so no big deal. And I also got a new L-ring gasket for it. So yeah, let's go and install it. So I've got the gasket holding on the threads of the bolts. Should be okay to hold it in place. I'll just slide it over here. Okay, I see that the gasket is flush on the surface. Now I just need to screw down the bolts. So for these bolts, the torque spec is 22 Newton meters of torque, which is around 16 foot-pounds. But my torque wrench can't fit in there, at least I don't think so. So what I'll do is I'll use the same kind of force that I used for the oil drain bolt, which is 25 Newton meters, 18 foot-pounds of torque. So, you know, 18, 16, you're just in the same ballpark. So just hand tight and snug is good enough for this application. All right. All right, that's good enough. Okay, nice and snug. Now I'll do the other two on the other side. Okay, I torqued the bolts sufficiently. I also reinstalled this bolt to hold the dipstick tube, reconnected the connector for the oil level sensor because I had to remove it to clean the area. It's yeah, this connector here, and you have to push on the clip to secure it correctly. It's not like the other connectors that just snap even when you don't push the clip. So yeah, now I'm ready to install the filter, add oil, but first I'll change the O-rings on the dipstick. So one thing I noticed right away is that the profile of the O-rings is flattened on the sides. You can see how flat it is compared to the new ones, which are perfectly round. So yeah, it'll be better to replace them to get a better seal in the dipstick tube. Okay, here's one. Okay. So let's compare the old ones with the new ones. Oh yeah, you can see the profile is much different. Yeah, the new one is it's fatter, if I can say. I guess I'll put some oil just to not stretch them, and so they slide easily. Alright, so 2 new dipstick O-rings installed. Yeah, I can see the profile is sticking out much wider compared to the old ones. So yeah, pretty good. Okay, let's see if it's tighter now. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I really have to push for the dipstick to go in. Yeah, nice. And yeah, more difficult to turn as well. So yeah, they were definitely due for replacement, that's for sure. Nice. Okay, time to replace the oil cap. This is the original one. Still tight, but I just wanted to ensure that I have a perfectly tight seal in there. Out with the old, and also take a look inside. It's almost brand new in there, so you can tell that this car was really taken care of in its life. So yeah, now I got a new, brand new, genuine BMW oil cap. Never been used. Got a nice seal. Oh yeah, that's nice. A nice positive seal. So great. Okay, so I reinstalled the drain bolt with a new crush washer on the oil pan. I've got a new filter ready, new O-rings and everything. So I think I'm ready to put the oil back. This will test the seal. So we'll see if it's working correctly and there are any leaks. So this time I'm using Valvoline VR1 20W50 oil. Supposedly very good for old engines. So that's what I'll be going with. So I'll just pour a bit in the canister just so it's not dry. And after that I'll look for leaks. I don't want to put too much because I'll put the filter in there and it will push the oil back up. So I think that's enough. Okay, I took a look. I don't see any leaks under the car or around the oil filter canister. So I'll just install the filter, go ahead and close it up. I think I might have filled it too much. Actually, I think I'll be okay. The filter absorbed a lot of oil, and when I push on it, the oil level doesn't come up anymore. So yeah, I think I'm good there. Reinstall the cap. I got the new filter, put some oil on it. Okay. This kind of filter, compared to the man filter I was using before, really sticks out. You got a large gap here. So when you bolt when you thread this bolt, it really compresses the seals. So that's much different than the one I was using. Not sure which one is better. I guess a better seal is always good. But yeah, it really clamps down on the seals on both ends of the filter. Okay, this 13mm takes, I think it was 18 foot-pounds of torque, so really not a lot of torque. Fresh oil and a new filter. All right, I'll look for leaks and then fill the rest of the engine. So the M30 takes 5 3/4 liters of oil, or 6.1 quarts. So I'll start with 5 bottles, and then I'll go with, I'll just top off as needed. All right, so I got 5 1/4 liters inside the engine. I'll need to lower the car so the dipstick gets a correct level, and then I'll wait for the oil to flow into the oil pan, and then come back and check the level. Okay, oil level. The oil had time to settle in the oil pan. Let's see how much there is in there. So, you know, almost all the way to the full mark, but not quite. So this is just right for me. I will leave it as it is and just start the car and see how it goes. Okay, so no leaks around the oil filter housing, so that's excellent. And no leaks on the ground, nothing. Everything is perfect, so that's great. So time to move on to the next preparations to put the car back on the road.